Welcome back to Wealth Zone, where I protect wealth. This week, Wall Street saw once again fresh record highs. The Fed delivered a long-awaited rate cut, semiconductors exploded on a historic deal, and IPOs came roaring back. Let's break down the top events and top movers of the week. Also, at the end, as always, I'm going to go over my trades over last week, or over our trades, because we are now a team of two. Okay, so first of all, S&P 500 rode up here on Friday, a amazing new all-time high, breaking in at 6,664. So that 666 is in there. At one point, it also was at 6666. 4 sixes, I don't know what that means. Also, the Nasdaq reached once again all-time high, gaining nearly 0.7% here. The S&P was at 0.49%, with the small caps of the Russell also reaching a new all-time high. So everything is a new all-time high. Shouldn't you be just scared when you see things like this? Also, treasury yields drifted higher, the 10-year finding itself at around 4.14. And despite the Fed cut, crude oil, look at crude oil, once again down. I'm also short crude oil, don't tell anyone. And well, I'm still waiting for my range band here where I'm going to take profits. It's lower than this. I'm just going to tell you that lower than this, but it's higher than this. For more on that, just click subscribe to the channel. You're going to know where that point is. Okay, so three stories dominated the market this week. Basically, one of them was, first of all, the Federal Reserve cut rates by quarter points to the range of from 4 to 25. So we were at 4.5, now we're at 4.25, and there's still 2 more cuts to be awaited, as they mentioned. So the second news, well, this is a big one. This is a really, really interesting one, because Nvidia, this little fella right here, just invested a bunch of $5 billion into Intel. So all you short holders here on Intel, so sorry, but you got massacred here. Intel jumped on that news. At one point, it was at 30% jump on one single trading day. Now, this is being the second investor into Intel. First of all, the US, and now Nvidia. Now, this kind of ties together, because remember, if the US is now an investor, their shareholder, and now Nvidia invested, their shares just went up. So good value investing there for the US government. Good job, Trump, on that part. Is it going to be worth it? I don't know, but the stock that just jumped, and full disclosure, I'm a shareholder of Intel, not a profitable shareholder right now. So yeah, more on that later on. Now, there is a last news that actually relates to Oracle. Because why in the hell should Oracle, after this massive jump, still hold around here? Which basically for me is almost a bull flag. And it's a bull flag just for the fact that the US government is again in talks with China to take over TikTok. And the takeover should be maybe big percentage from Oracle. If Oracle does this, that is going to become a massive social media company. Now, should you buy Oracle here? I don't know. I personally would wait for a pullback, because everything points right now for a potential pullback in the stock market. How big this pullback will be, I don't know. But what I do know is that each and every pullback will be bought, as we saw in the last years. I do not see any signs of recession. Although the Federal Reserve did cut rates, they mostly cut because of the job market. And the job market is kind of iffy, and it has kind of mostly to do with the fact that people are just not hiring right now. They're also not firing, and firing could come very fast if it comes, but they're just not hiring. So the job market is kind of stuck. On the IPOs, we have StubHub here. It came out and then went down as usual for each and every IPO. It actually started, let's just see here, its breakout at 26, went up to 28, and then lost everything, went down to, let's see here, 18.51. Well, as usually for IPOs, do not buy IPOs, because this is going to always hurt you. Wait, let's see what the company does. Let's have a couple of earnings, 3 earnings at least. Are they profitable? Or, well, not necessarily profitable. Companies do not have to be necessarily profitable when they're fresh IPO, but are there signs that they're going to be profitable? So always just wait on those IPOs. Next IPO is WaterBridge Infrastructure. It gained 50% on its IPO, and Pattern Group rose also 12% on the microcap side. So let's just take a look here at, this is a very interesting one. So WaterBridge Infrastructure LLC engages in providing water management solutions, which is great. And that's a moat. Not everybody can do that. It's a utilities company. It focuses on gathering, transporting, recycling, and handling products produced water. It protects the Delaware Basin in West Texas and New Mexico, the Eagle Ford Basin in South Texas, and the Arcoma Basin in Oklahoma. So the company was founded in April 11, 2025, and its headquarters is Houston, Texas. So I'm going to keep an eye on this company. Let's just leave it there for this year, next year. Let's see how it handles itself. So let's just have a good year circle on this company, and we're going to see what we're going to do with that afterwards. So I would say that the tech sector is handling itself really good. Electronic and technology and also technology services mostly ending in the green here, excepting for MU having a bit of a pullback here after breaking out once more. But other than that, each and every sector or each and every stock in the sector handled itself very well. Okay, now let's go to trades for this week. So we're currently sitting here September at the game with $797, and last week was pretty good. So let's talk about this week. What trades did we do? Okay, first trade was on Bitfarms. This is on the 15th, and that's Bitfarms. It's multiple farms. Ticker symbol BITF, and this was on the 15th of September. Taking here in a little gain of 18, actually was 18.86 was it actually. That's euros, and that is 16.29 gross. Sorry about that. Net. Then we received a small dividend from Realty Income once more. Ticker symbol O. This was also on the 15th with a 24.5 euros, and that is $21.16. Currently the rate is at 1.17 euro to USD. Now, one of the big trades here was ASML with the ticker symbol, who would have guessed it, ASML. And this was on Thursday, on the 18th, taking in 1,038.18 euros. And yes, I sold my entire shares of ASML, because just take a look at the chart. It's up there screaming for a pullback, and when the pullback happens roughly around here is where I would be looking. So I just do here a small little area. This is where I'll be looking to add back to ASML. Take this one in. Now the pullback needs to be, go from here to here on a Fibonacci retracement and leave it here. So the sweet spot for me would be in the 0.83.2, 0.38.2 range. That would be the perfect range where I would add back to ASML. Also down here, lovely place to add back. This is the maximum. If it falls to the yellow zone, adding back. If it falls to the red zone, doubling down on it. Okay, so that's it for ASML, and also for the first portfolio. And we're going to move now to the second portfolio, where we received from McDonald's, ticker symbol MCD, a small dividend on the 16th of September, and that was roughly 19.56 euros. And also we got here, we sold then I also sold some copper, but I'm not going to mention any the small trades on the 10 euros or $10 anymore. So I think that's about 10. So we had Warrior Met Coal here, a coal producer, a iron ore coal producer, ticker symbol CC. Oh no, wait, it's HCC. Traded this on Friday, closed a trade, made here a small 38 euros, and that's it. So this week we ended up net, so that's not gross, but net, because gross is always higher. This is reduced, including taxes. So taxes are already deducted with $983.92 cents. That is dollars, $983 on the week, which is pretty good for September. And where I actually was expecting a pullback. So for the month of September, we still have 1 week to go. We have made $1,781 and we are still underneath our $2,000 range there. So one more week to go. Let's see how that week ends. This was Norbert PM. You were watching Wealth Dumb. Catch you next time. Stay safe out there. Bye bye.